You don't have to look far in American society to realize that there is a faith crisis. This is especially true of men. A large number of brothers who are baptized as Catholics have left the church. While many remain, some are only casually or culturally Catholic. Sadly, many men do not know our faith, nor do they practice it. But I'm convinced that this failure to commit to Jesus Christ and His church and to form an intimate relationship with Him has contributed to the decay of our culture. From abortion to sterilization, pornography to the avoidance of marriage, adultery to divorce, individualism and materialism, and general dysfunction, our society is ill. Yet there are men who seek the truth, the beautiful, the good, and they're working to bring the peace and joy of Christ into the world. Many of these are Knights of Columbus, who through living out charity, unity, and fraternity, love God with their full being and love their neighbor as themselves. But there's still so many hearts that need to change. Men who desire to make sainthood their goal and to lead their families to the glory of heaven. These men aren't perfect, but they take seriously Christ's call to persevere and to give of oneself fully to Christ and the church. To help us in this endeavor, I invite every Knights of Columbus Council in Louisiana to participate in a new initiative called COR. The word is Latin for heart and is the root of the word courage. Through prayer, formation, and fraternity, we have to return to the heart and direct the heart in relationship to God and each other. Let me tell you a little bit more about the mission of this initiative. COR is meant to refocus Catholic men on Jesus Christ and to form and strengthen them in faith and virtue through a brotherhood committed to prayer, formation, and fraternity. The goal of every COR gathering is to provide the opportunity for men to encounter Christ, to pray together, to be formed in faith, and to strengthen their bonds of brotherhood, preparing them ultimately for courageous leadership and the mission of evangelization for their family and communities. First place to start is for your council leadership to have a conversation with your local pastor. COR should only be implemented after consulting the pastor for his permission to build COR for the men of the parish. This will take time, will take commitment and prayer, but I'm sure it is well worth the investment. Next, COR is a simple concept. It consistently brings men together to refocus on Jesus Christ through shared time of prayer and formation. It requires dedicated leadership. Your Grand Knight is encouraged to appoint a Council of Evangelization and Faith Formation Director to fully oversee the implementation and leadership of COR. Frequency is essential and should range from a minimum of a monthly meeting to perhaps considering even a weekly meeting. COR is open to all men of the council and parish, regardless of their membership in the Knights of Columbus. The initiative should utilize and collaborate with any existing men's group or men's ministry, not compete with or control it. This isn't another Knights of Columbus program, nor is it intended to replace our traditional council meetings. It doesn't have a formal curriculum. It doesn't have a set schedule. Rather, COR is driven by the fraternal brotherhood, enabling COR to continually serve as a foundation that answers the question, what's next, for any time or curriculum-bound retreat or ministry or event. So once again, here's the fundamental goal: to consistently and frequently bring men together to center their lives and friendships on Christ through intentional times of prayer and formation. This will begin building a fraternal culture, one of faith, prayer, accompaniment, and accountability. But there is a long-term goal: for Knights to provide every Catholic man in the parish an ongoing opportunity to encounter Jesus Christ, to help him grow in his faith, to strengthen his prayer life, and to ultimately transform friendships. It is through brotherhood where men are comfortable and willing to sharpen and accompany each other in their pursuit of holiness. COR is meant to provide a foundation of continued evangelization and discipleship for your parish and for our community. And COR is meant to animate and enhance all of our Knights of Columbus programs and activities to help us strengthen our leadership and to increase our participation. You see, I think if we get back to the heart of the matter, if we get back to our foundation, you'll start to notice a subtle change in the faith crisis in our world, and even the troubles that exist in our fraternal order. I look forward to working with our state deputy, Mr. Vince Whittington, and the men whom he has chosen to lead this initiative not only in Louisiana, but also beyond. So what's your core? Where does your heart lie? Vivat Jesus!